This is my Honda GCV 160 Honda self-propelled mower. I purchased this maybe 4 years ago. I haven't done any services to it and it still cranks up in one pull. And I paid $150 for it. Okay, so the first thing I think I need to do is clean this lawnmower up a little bit. You can tell it's rather dirty. Okay, so as you can tell, the mower is so much more cleaner. It looks a whole lot more vibrant. All right, so let's go change the oil on this. Okay, so now I'm going to drain out the oil. So I'm just going to simply untwist this. And I'm going to put it right there and tip it over and pour it into there. Alright, so as you can tell, quite a bit of oil escaped out of that. And now I'm going to refill it. It takes about half a quart of oil, so let's refill it. Okay, so I added some oil off camera. I added a little bit more than 8 ounces, probably close to 16 ounces. So let's see how we did. So let's just wipe away this oil, dip it back in there. So as you can tell, it's nice and thick right through there on the X's. So I believe I added a sufficient amount of oil. Okay, so let's now go on to the air filter. All right, so let's replace this air filter. So basically we just pop this plastic piece off and it reveals the air filter, and it's quite dirty, as you can tell. I mean, in the fins there's a bunch of gunk in there. I'm sure I could blow it out, but I'm just going to replace it. So as you can tell, here's the new filter as opposed to the old filter. Definitely will be installing that, but before we do that, let's just wipe this out, wipe that extra grass out of there. Try to make it a little bit more cleaner. All right, I think that's sufficient. And we're going to apply that in there. Get our screen. Tap it out. Try to get that dirt out of there. I'm gonna let it roll on that bottom piece. And there we go. The air filter is installed. Okay, so I have my mower elevated, and simply to replace the spark plug, we're just going to take off this boot right here, and it exposes the spark plug. And you're going to need 11/16 socket set, and we're simply just going to unloosen it. So 13/16 socket set, and then once you have it unloosened, you can pretty much spin it with your hands out. It's taking a little bit to get this thing out of here, but there it is. So as you can tell, it's in a pretty good condition, not that bad, but let's go ahead and replace it. So here's the old one. Here's the new one. So quite a difference. Alright, so I'm just going to take this new one and I'm going to thread it in there. Hand tighten it. Make sure you don't do this with a wrench because you can cross thread it and that will not be good at all. So I'm just going to simply hand thread this until it's tight enough where I cannot move it with my hands, and then we will proceed to a wrench. So there you go. I can't tighten that anymore, so let's go get a torque wrench and tighten that down. Okay, so I have my torque wrench set to 14 foot-pounds. So let's go ahead and tighten this down. And I'm just going to wait until I hear a click. There we go. I'm going to put that boot right back on. Okay, let's see how it runs now. Okay, so this concludes the maintenance of this Honda GCV 160.